Hi, welcome to Coffee with Kim. We are in day 3 of our EMT Eat, Move, and Think Differently Before You Need an EMT series. I am so excited. I say this every time, but I really, truly am. I have 3 fabulous, wonderful women guests today, and I cannot wait to introduce them to you. Today we are in day 3 of our EMT series on Eat, Move, and Think Differently Before You Need an EMT. Today we have 3 special guests. LaQuindra Carroll comes to us from Texas with an extensive certifications on counseling, coaching, and hypnosis with a degree in social work. Her passion is helping people identify and achieve their personal goals by coping with the issues that are causing them distress, anxiety, and stress. Mimi Dara comes to us from New Jersey by way of Ecuador, where she is the owner and founder of Maison Palo Santo. As a wife and expertise in yoga, meditation, and breath work, her vision is to spread positivity and inspire others to live their dreams through her signature line of candles, Palo Santo guided meditations, and self-care. Amber Pendleton comes to us from Utah, where she is a single mom of 3 boys and founder of Body Max Reboot. Holding 20 certifications as a fitness professional from nutrition to coaching, her passion comes from helping you find what sets your heart on fire and nourishing that flame with the right food, vibration, and exercise. Mimi, LaQuindra, and Amber, welcome to Coffee with Kim. All right. Welcome, ladies. This is going to be such a great day. And boy, we have everyone from all over the place. So as we do with Coffee with Kim, we're going to hear a little bit about each of your story from you. And then we will get into a great conversation. LaQuindra, we're going to start with you.
Okay. Hi, my name is LaQuindra. Like you heard, I have a degree in social work. So really quick, my story is I've always wanted to be in the helping field. So when I was younger, I wanted to do nursing, but they told me that I couldn't get that degree because my grades were not good enough. All B's were not good enough, apparently. So my whole journey went down the road of choosing social work. And from there, I decided to get a certification in life coaching. And then from there, I started my spiritual journey, which I started learning about chakra balancing and energy healing and hypnosis and everything. So everything that I have done, it has been things that I have done personally to improve myself. And I figured this is the perfect way for me to be able to help others to do something that was really effective for me.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to get into more of that detail because you and I have a lot of similarities in the things that we do outside of our main stuff. So Mimi, we are going to go to you next.
Hey, everybody, I'm Mimi Dara. And so I founded Maison Palo Santo, which translates to the House of Holy Wood. And I founded this boutique aromatherapy company on the coast of Ecuador to kind of bring smudging into a way that was smokeless, easy to use. I loved candles and I love Palo Santo. I was a restaurant manager and a waiter for my entire life in New York and Manhattan, pretty much. And I just... In 2018, at the end of the summer, I had made it to the top restaurant and I had decided that I wanted a life change. I went to yoga teacher training school and I became a yoga teacher and I became really, really interested in the combination of breath work, aromatherapy, yoga, really for motivation through business coaching as well, tied along into that. So it's a really unique brand that's kind of evolved and keeps evolving. And it really is evolved out of love and passion and respect for nature, inspired by it, and also giving back to it. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys just to spread that positivity and to know that I really bring a practical approach to mindfulness because you don't have to do Kundalini and wear white and have any fancy equipment to take a deep breath and just remember that everything's going to be okay and that it's never too late to live your dreams. Even if you have to do a career change or a life change or a move or a family change, anything is possible when you have the right mindset. So I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Oh my gosh, I am too. I have to tell you, if you go on my social media, you'll see, look what she did for me, Coffee with Kim. I love this. I have
I have my
Palo
Palo Santo
Santo.
here.
It's my Palo Santo, and I have to tell you, I've not slept much in the last week trying to prepare and trying to get everything done. And I literally took a bath last night. I lit my Palo Santo. Oh my gosh, it is the best. Because I have other ones, right? I've had other ones that I've used, but it is the best smelling stuff. Oh my gosh, this candle is amazing, as are the sprays. So there's a one we did a little commercial last night, the two of us, Mimi and I, and so you can learn a little bit more about Palo Santo. So I'm excited to learn that. All right, and so Amber, yay, I'm going to get excited to hear more about you.
Wow. Well, first off, Mimi, give me some of that. I'll take some of that. And how do you sum up 37 years in a little summarization here? So I'm going to do my best. So I'm Amber Pendleton. I have started my spiritual journey when I was born. I've always known from little up till now that I'm here to help people, but there's so many different ways to help people. Awareness that I've come to is I help change frequencies. I help change energy frequencies. And the place that I've shifted into is an 18-year career in health and exercise science, helping people through personal training and through nutrition. And it's recently developed into this crazy, big, beautiful journey of working with a spiral practitioner. Spiral is a type of modality that releases one chakra at a time. It's like equal to 7 years of talk therapy. There's so much I could say on that. But spiral gets the crap out of the way. It gets all the past trauma from this lifetime out of the way. You're reformulating new cells that are healthy. And that's where I come in. I teach you how to eat for that chakra, how to release from that chakra, and how to exercise for that chakra so that you are responding to your body and to your awareness rather than just reacting to it through your lifetime of just creating habits. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I literally was so impressed when I started to get to know Amber. She was connected through my sister. And literally, I have been hearing about Amber for quite a while, actually, from my sister.
Wow.
Amber has, 20 certifications. Talk about someone who is passionate about the body and the mind and the spirit and how to, eat, move, and think differently, right? And so, you all have that piece of, helping in that passion for de-stressing the body. What is your number one thing that you have found? I'm sure you have been helping so many people, as myself, through this past year, with being shut down, right? Physically, I think a lot of people got shut down emotionally with stress. Just take some, this is going to become a fluid conversation with all of us. It's like us being at a coffee shop, right? Tell me some of the, and share with everyone, what is your biggest takeaway and what you think is a tool that really people could use?
Well, I'll jump in here real quick, Kim, if you don't mind. I think for me as a takeaway, I had been living in Manhattan for 15 years, and then we were in Ecuador for 6 months, and we literally got to Austin. We were in Austin, Texas, and we got there like right before the pandemic hit. And we were like, okay, the divine energy. I trusted that everything was going to be fine leaving New York. I was like, and see, everything worked out in my favor. And I say that because to be in Austin rather than Manhattan during COVID-19 was definitely a blessing in disguise. And I was able to, meet a whole new network of people. And it's such a spiritual community in Austin, and it's really is tight knit. And what I found in teaching yoga there, I think it's really important us as like healers and light workers and guides and fitness guides and just connectors, right? Generators of connection, whether it's virtual or in person. I think it's really important. I was reminded by this when I told a couple people that I was going back to the East Coast. I'm spending the summer here in New Jersey and I'm off to Ecuador soon. Is you don't realize the amount of the amount of importance that you are in somebody's life sometimes. Some people are very talkative and some people are really just absorb. And I think it's really important that we remain consistent and we remain really grateful for those kind of connections, because I had some people tell me, if it wasn't for you during COVID, I would have really, been in a much more difficult place. And a lot of these comments came from people that had never spoken to me directly. So I think it's just a really good reminder that just even if you're not getting the feedback, and I think this goes beyond into anything that we all do, like whether, through COVID, whether you learn to like bake cakes or, learn quilts, everybody started with something, right, that they were so excited about learning to do. And even if you don't get that reciprocation or that like instant gratification right away, I think it's really important that, especially us that are in like the teaching position, that we remain consistent with an open heart and very grateful, because I think we really do make an impact. And I think those very small impacts are really, really important in making that connection and making people feel comfortable to open up. Because even if they don't speak, it's in their heart. And I was reminded that when I came back here, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize that. And I think we forget sometimes, especially over the past year and a half, so if that makes sense.
No, it does. People watch us.
For sure.
I watch people and people that they don't even realize, right? Mimi, I've watched you, right? We've been in those, and I was just like, there's some days we were in, our masterminds, and I'm just watching your energy and just how much you give, right? And so I so much have appreciated that as well.
For sure. It's been fun. I know. I'm always like, Kim has it together. She's so awesome. She knows so much. I'm just like, I got to ask him. Ask him. But it's good. So, it's all about perception, and it's just it's awesome. It's awesome.
It really is. So, LaQuindra, what about you?
Well, the thing that's really important to take away from this whole thing that's been going on is just the sense of togetherness. That's the thing that's coming to me. Just loving yourself and loving others, and really taking advantage of the time that you have while you have it with the people who are here. So there's been so much that has been going on in the world today. There's been so much going on with ourselves. We are all growing just with this pandemic alone. So there's so many people who are like, well, you know what, 2020 sucked. It was horrible. But really, when you look at it, it wasn't that bad, because we got that opportunity to be close to family. We got that opportunity to get gunk out that needed to get out. We got the opportunity to get closer to people. So it wasn't as horrible, and it depends on how you look at it. So it is all about perception, how you look at everything that is going on around you. That's what it's about.
No, and I think you touched on it, Mimi, and all of you have touched on this too. I think the thing that really hit home for me is twofold: the gratitude piece and the self-care. And I've had many of circles and friends that I've been with. In fact, Mary Grace has said, hello, beautiful ladies. She is one of my my running partners in business and in life. And, she and I have really taken that self-care piece, right, and really tried to promote that, because, even for me, I forget myself, because I said I took, I think it was my first bath I've had, just to soak in a bath, relax, meditate in probably several weeks. So, I think we all experience that. And Amber, what has been your take, and what have your clients, right? Because I know you're getting people out there moving, right, and that energy flowing.
It just cut out on me. I heard Amber and I heard energy flow.
Was
that enough?
No, just what has been your take with your clients? I think she's had a little bit of a glitch with her internet. It's really sometimes tough with this. So
it always works until you need it.
Right.
Right. I know.
But I just wanted to say one thing. It's really important in consistency in everything that we do, right? Like Kim, it's so consistent. That you have your wonderful guests on, and you keep sharing positivity and promoting people, and radiating that light on a consistent basis. And when you do energy work, like LaQuindra, like if you don't, you have to be consistent with it. Nothing happens every day. I'm a huge believer in aromatherapy. When you start doing it consistently and training your brain and your olfactory sense to get into that mode sooner, faster, quicker, you can start using it as a tool. But these are all self-care tools that they don't teach you those things, but I feel like it's coming more and more, out into the open. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree. Yeah, it's starting to become a thing. It's starting to become a trend now.
I know.
This whole self-care aspect, which is good
Mm-hmm.
because now you are getting more people to focus on the inside and realize that if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of someone else. If you don't take care of
Yes.
you, how are you going to properly take care of your kids? How are you properly going to be able to care for your husband and your coworkers and all of these people? It starts with you first.
Yeah, it really does. It's like that, I've had a show once with the oxygen mask, right? And when I'm still on airplanes, but I mean, you literally remember, all of us have been on an airplane where they say, put the oxygen mask on first before you can help anyone else. And that's probably one of the most famous, sayings as far as that goes. Amber, how are we doing? Have we got you back yet? I think she's still working.
I'm hoping. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So it's a good spot. So let's hear from you. Definitely. Can you hear us?
Oh my gosh.
Oh. All right. Try rebooting. Try rebooting your computer, and then we'll pop you back in. Sometimes it's that. But we'll find a way, no matter what, even if you and I have to pop on another time, we will get you on, I promise.
Like in yoga, there's always a modification, right?
Yeah.
We just have to modify, but we still get the benefits.
So let's talk about that. That is something I have tried off and on. And I think I've even mentioned this to you before. It's like, for some reason, I can just, I have, as much as I want to do it, and I know it's going to be probably one of the best modalities for me. How do you just because I get in there and I don't know how to do the poses. Is it good for me just to start at home by myself?
Well, I think there's a couple of different ways that you can do. I think it's important about finding a studio that you feel comfortable in. If it is about going to the studio, sometimes, having that accountability of like, okay, it's Tuesday at 4:00 and that's the time I need to be there, especially when you're first starting to get into it, having that in-home practice can be a little bit more challenging, in my opinion, because you don't have the support of other people around you. When you go into a studio, you can kind of like look around and be like, okay, because in yoga, we speak to the body, right? It's very simple. It's like, put your right hand up and put your left foot back, right? So we want to keep it very simple to start.
Yeah.
And there's all different modalities of yoga, yoga in itself is sitting down and breathing. That is the only physical posture that is in the transcripts of yoga, is Sukhasana, is easy seat. So if it's a great yoga studio, like most yoga studios are, people tend to be super chill and really love to just bask in the universal culture of yoga, which is all about connection, and it's all about breath, and it's all about looking inward, and it's all about, being okay with every day. You're not going to feel great. Some days you're going to show up and suck. And I used to say that as a teacher as well, but nobody knows that you're sucking. Only it's in your mind, right? It's in your mind that you suck that day. You're like, why is my right foot, like, why can't my right foot move? Like, why is it in that position, for example, when, and it's just like, even me. And, it's really funny because through COVID, ironically, I was teaching online yoga before the pandemic, which, I mean, I couldn't pay people to come to an online yoga class, and it was really weird. I started getting out of it because I was growing my brand and it was just too much. And then COVID hit, and then I was like, wow, this is crazy. I was teaching online yoga before. But it was great because I was always I was a power yoga teacher. I still am. So a lot of vinyasa, a lot of physical, a lot of sweating, a lot of moving, a lot of headstands. People want to be super active and they want to have that great combination of physical effort and mindful meditation through through movement. But through COVID, I really found the urge and the need to slow down. I was never given the permission to sit down. And and when I say never given the permission, it's me. It's a belief that I have that I'm working on it through timeline therapy, that I need to work 18 hours a day standing up on my feet until my fingers hurt. Then I feel accomplished, right? So,
Yes.
but, kind of through COVID and through practicing, learning more about Kundalini energy and learning more about moving, that I would love to learn more about that spiral therapy that Amber was talking about. I deal with Palo Santo is my life, which is related to the Muladhara chakra, to the root chakra, to the color red, to the bottom, to your essential needs, to your home. So, really having the time to tune into those things and be like, hey, just like everything else, just like going to the gym with Amber, or to a wonderful fitness class. If you show up every day consistently and you believe that your right arm is getting stronger and building muscle, it does. And it's the same thing with the energy. And when you start to feel and you start to believe and you start to allow yourself and give yourself the permission, you have to physically look at yourself in the mirror and say, I give myself the permission to move my energy freely through my body and know that it is a real thing that's happening and nobody else has to feel it except for myself.
Yeah.
So I think, it's great. And, like you said, it's kind of like a trend now, and it's good because it's a positive one, right?
Yeah,
so I feel like
really
there's
is.
so many ways we can go with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, Mimi. Amber, how are we doing? Let's see if we can hear you. You might have to unmute. Yeah, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yay.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Real life, right? Dog walking around behind me and moving outside.
It's okay. Yeah.
It is okay. It's all okay. I've been, when I could hear of everything, I'm in such agreement, and it is such a beautiful, powerful trend right now. I think with the pandemic that happened is people are taking a beat and they're like, what do I really want? And then they're like, this is not what I really want, but how do I get there? And we've got these unconscious repetitive habits that are coming in and they're getting released on such a cellular level. And we don't know, either we're not aware of that or we don't know how to release that. And that's where people like these beautiful ladies that I'm on here with today, we all come together as a group and let us teach you, let us show you how, let us get that released, and then let's get you connected so that you can live your best life. It's such a beautiful time we're in right now. I'll take this trend all day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
LaQuindra, so what are some of the things, I mean, you have several certifications yourself. I mean, you have so much experience. What are you seeing the trend coming, your clients coming, what are they needing?
Well, a lot of people who end up coming to me, and it's really, really strange. The people who are coming to me, of course, their initial symptoms are related to depression or anxiety. So that's the main thing, which understandably so, because we're in this whole isolating stage right now where we're not mingling with people like we once were. But then what I'm also finding is that people who are coming to me are people who are wanting to begin their spiritual journey. So we start talking about depression and anxiety, but then somehow it starts to be centered around them wanting to start this spiritual journey, them not knowing how, them being more of an empath and taking on other people's energy and all. So all of this stuff starts happening to where it's like, well, you're depressed, but there's an underlying reason why you are depressed. So it's been very, very interesting to see that there's this whole spiritual aspect that's starting to float to the surface with the pandemic happening. It's amazing.
So you think it's more of trying us to be able to connect. We've been talking the last few days where we tend to look outside of ourselves, right? And I think from what I'm hearing the three of you say is the people that you are connecting with, the people that you're working with, they're trying to start connecting to that inner self, that higher self, that spiritual part of, what is that saying, that we are spiritual beings having
a human experience.
A human experience, right?
Mhm.
Is that what I say? That's kind of what you all are kind of, as a whole, what we're all seeing as a whole. I have friends that are they'll go to like a big event or a networking event right now, and they come back from it and they're just completely drained and almost to the point of sick and needing to recover. Is that something, Amber, that you're seeing a lot with because you're working with huge amounts of people?
So yes and no. And the reason I say that is because everything is a frequency, everything is an energy. So what I get to teach people about is how to raise their frequency, how to tap into their frequency. Excuse me. There's always times we need to honor that time to just reboot and to give ourselves a chance to reset. But we're never meant to stay there, and to have that realization and that openness that, okay, so here's where my vibe's at. I need to get it up here so that I can continue moving on. But I also want to honor where I am at. And is there lessons to learn right here? Is there things that I need to accomplish in this vibration? And then I can move forward. Or just if they're drained, like, how do you feel about that? What is your response to that? Are the things that led you to being drained something you want to participate in again? Was it worth it? Where do we go from here? It's all a beautiful opportunity for learning experiences. So I see it and I teach it, and I love it.
So, to you, LaQuindra and Mimi, I also think there's a point where you have to be among people too, right? And so how do you help your clients to protect that or to nourish that so you can move forward?
Mimi, did you want to go?
Well, I think there's different levels of integration now. Everybody is coming from a different, for the first time in the US, this kind of, COVID kind of created separation between people from where they were from, right? Some places were more open, some places were more closed, and this created all this kind of drama, right? So, yoga studios were opening in this state, but not in that state. And, you were seeing some people getting back in and some people not yet. And I think that it's all about really approaching things with a lot of kindness now, and understanding that everybody has been through a different version of the past 18 months, some very, very severe that, have been through a lot of trauma and grief. We all, as a collective, experience trauma, which I don't think a lot of people even recognize. They might have certain behaviors that happen that maybe they don't know where that's coming from. Oh, I live in a place that, was kind of open and nothing really bad happened to me. I didn't lose my job or nobody got sick, but you still, because you didn't have that, you kind of maybe took on other responsibilities on your shoulders for people who did go through that, for example, or you help people without even knowing. So I feel like how I've handled it, or how I've handled people's different opinions when it comes to how to manage these like new rules and going about new travel and stuff like that, is just to be super, super kind and to be a super great listener. I try to give myself, in particular, I call it the 24-hour rule, where I don't make any decisions based upon people's opinions when it comes to something that is related to either my self-care business or something even personal regarding something that I'm doing in my life. I just try to give it a little bit of time now, just so I can kind of reflect. And I think that's a new behavior that came out of this past year and a half, actually taking the time to reflect and to see if it's actually in alignment, or if I'm doing something with intention rather than just going through the motions. And I think that really fits in with, identifying where that blockage is that maybe was making me feel a certain type of way. So just being super open-hearted, super kind, super open-minded. I think that there's never been a better time and a better stage and a bigger platform for being who you are and shouting it from the rooftops. And I feel like if more people started really speaking their truth and just being their authentic selves, man, it would really pave the way for other people who maybe didn't have that strong voice voice to begin, but they're like, well, she did it, so I'm doing it too, and that's
Yes.
and I feel it's so important for us to do that.
Yeah. LaQuindra, what did you want to, you were going to say something.
Well, I think, and I think we've all been saying this, and it's just that aspect of being self-aware, just having self-awareness of not only yourself, but also being aware of other people around you. That is an important part. That's the first line of defense as far as you being able to protect yourself, is if
Yes.
you're aware, if you are aware that, okay, me being around certain people, I love them, but I cannot be around you for an extended period of time. Or you recognizing, okay, I need to really learn how to speak up. I need to learn how to speak my truth and start practicing those sorts of things. I need to do my shadow work. I need to make sure that that I, first and foremost, I am okay. I am protected from all of this energy that's outside of me. So that's always the first line of defense as far as protection.
Yeah, no, I agree. The awareness is really huge, but I think so many, what I've encountered recently, I've been talking to a lot of professionals in the business community here in Las Vegas, and just being at a restaurant and hearing from the waiters where people are just being so rude and unkind. And so I'm so glad that you all are talking about raising that frequency, about being kind, about being aware how we interact with others, because I think because we haven't been around each other as long or as much, we need that human connection. I truly believe that.
Some of us had to retrain ourselves to chew with our mouths closed. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, but like certain
No,
things,
I love that.
my husband would say, he was like, can you like wipe your mouth off? We're out. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even feel it. I'm sorry. And then, just because I come from a long like hospitality industry in New York for so many years, I said, there was a part of me that said, wow, what a great time to be a waiter. You don't even need to smile when you're in a really terrible mood.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I mean, people, people are people, and we're all special and beautiful, and there's a certain
We
way.
are.
And I feel like, bringing that down into one word is about communication.
Yeah.
So just keeping the communication fluid, because it's funny how things could get solved if people just said what they really meant in a nice way, because it's really just about communicating something that you want, but you don't know how to articulate it properly.
No, it is.
And
it really
yeah.
is. So ladies, we're coming up. I wish this could go on for like hours. This would be so amazing. And like when we do these series and I bring these beautiful souls on, we do find times that we can get the one-on-one on our Monday normal Coffee with Kim. But in closing here, I want to just talk, there's a few people that have mentioned things. We have people who are saying good evening, because we have people watch from all over the world.
Good evening.
And then we have Mimi, you're a champion. And great question, Kim. That's me. So yeah, I try to know the people that are watching, right? What questions I would have if I were watching, and I do try and do that. But if anyone watching, you have questions, that's why we do it live. So you could ask questions. You have these beautiful souls here live. You can ask them a question. So I definitely want to encourage that for now and in the future. But I want you to know how to get a hold of these ladies and have them be able to say one thing that they want before done. Who are we going to start with? We are going to start with LaQuindra.
Oh, what am I saying?
So this is how they're going to contact you. What is something, is there do you have like a giveaway or something like a consult or whatever? When they contact you, what are they going to get? And just some closing, things you want to make sure that you get across before we end today.
Okay. Well, as you see, that's how you can contact me. And what I will be doing is I'm giving free consultations to anyone who is watching the show. So I do like to make sure that I can be able to see what service fits best for you, whether it's counseling, life coaching, hypnosis, Reiki, chakra balancing, the many things that I have in my services. But the only thing that I really want to leave people with, just as my closing, is to just treat people with kindness and recognize that everyone is going through something. So whether that person by you is being rude or mean or anything like that, just know not to take it personally, because we're all going through a thing and you don't know what that person is going through, and it's not about you.
Yeah.
So
And I think it's also good to ask for help.
yes, definitely.
Right. And reaching out to someone. That's why I love bringing all of you on, because you all have these different strengths and modalities and ways that to serve others. And so being able to help them, do that, being able to connect in some way. Oh, he's just fine, Mimi.
It's my brother.
All right, Mimi, you're next.
Hey guys. Well, in closing, I just want to say thank you, Kim, and thank you, Amber and LaQuindra, for being here with us. It's been really, really fun. And in closing, I'd like to say that self-care is not selfish. It is actually really selfless, and it takes dedication, it takes time, and it's kind of our duty to make sure that we do that for ourselves, so that way we can fill our cup up to the brim, so we have enough to give over, because I'm feeling a lot of strong energy around me. And it is my duty to use my voice, maybe for other people who can't use it, don't have the opportunity to use it, don't have the socioeconomic status to use it. So that is my dream, that is my mission, that is my passion, to spread more love and peace through Palo Santo products. Because sometimes all we need to do is light a candle, take a breath, and remember that everything is going to be okay, reset, so we can recharge and dedicate and our focus to what we really want to do, because it's never, 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 never too late to make the changes that you need to do to live your dreams. So I really hope to inspire people through my products. And yeah, so anybody who's interested, please check out my Instagram, check out the website, maisonpalosanto.com. It's maison, which means house in French, and Palo Santo, which is the product. So maisonpalosanto.com. If you place an order on the website, or if you follow me on Instagram, send me a message. Please reach out to me. Or if you do place an order, just put the word Kim on your order, and I will send you a personalized hand engraved stick with your choice of either your name or somebody's name, or maybe even a mantra or something that you want to release or something that you want to bring in. So I love doing that. I'm super detail oriented, and I just love the connection that the business brings to me. So please, please, please reach out or write the word Kim on the special message portion of your order, and I will make sure to hook it up for you in a really nice way, especially with that personalized Palo Santo stick.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. And Amber, this is her Instagram.
It's true. Fit mama right there. Mama of three.
Yes.
Living the life. And I'm going to be coming for that stick, girl. So just plan on that. Well, I just want to end by saying anyone is more than welcome to reach out to me. You don't have to be a client of mine to ask me any questions about energy, nutrition, workouts, body alignment, anything like that. I'm an open book. I am here to serve, and I am more than willing to do that. Now, speaking on that, if you are at a point in your life where you're like, I want to honor this, I want to find my voice, I want to get out of my way, what do I need to do? Then I know, right? I will soapbox this thing. My collaboration partner and I, we will help you to clear out on a cellular level so that you are no longer releasing those stress hormones over and over again in your spleen, in your bladder, wherever those emotions might be hiding. And then we're going to nourish you. We're going to grow new cells. We're going to give you more health in your body so you can vibrate higher, tap into your higher self, source, God, whatever you call it, and just live your best life. So if you want more on that, just give me a little holler. Give me a little holler.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This has been what an amazing vibrational day. I mean, so much love, so much intention, so much service. This speaks to my heart like you cannot believe. I am going to reveal, I mean, just like LaQuindra, we are both Reiki masters. I love energy. I love, I realize this has been helping me so much. I get a little in Las Vegas. We have been like in the 110s, 120. And I didn't want to be outside. Is that just horrible? I try to stretch and stuff, but I literally today, it was a little bit cooler and I knew I had all this stuff to get done, but I don't care. I have to walk my walk, talk my talk. And I went out and walked today. So ladies, I love you. And I am so grateful to have two new friends here. And we are going to be just sisters, in this mission of helping others and making this world a better place. So thank you again. And what an amazing day. Just this week when I do these, man, I wish I could do them every week, every day. But I really put heart and soul into having this experience for you all, to bring these amazing people that come into my life that I'm so gifted. I have people from all over the world that reach out to me. You need to talk to this person. You need to talk to this person. That's how I got Amber. That's how I got LaQuindra, right? That's how I met Mimi, is through our connections and through the people that in our lives. So if you've got to speak up, you have to just, own it, connect with people that you can connect with, because this is where the magic happens. This is where you change your life, is where lives change. I hope my intention for you today is to go out and live your best life. And if you don't know what that is, start figuring it out. Contact someone that you connected with on any of these shows, because the people that come on here are heart-centered and they want to have the courage to create, to leverage and launch the life or business that you love. Everyone have a great day.